Madre, you had me blocked. I'm in prison. I'm in a jail cell. I'm sleeping on the ground. I don't belong in a jail cell. I don't belong in a jail cell. And this is why I'm going crazy. I've been in a jail cell. I've been in a jail cell where I don't belong, Madre. You don't know what it's like. I'm sleeping on the ground. This house is mine. I pay for everything. And you don't know what it's like, Madre. When I'm in a jail cell. I'm in a jail cell. Madre, but you don't understand what that does to me. You don't understand what that does to me mentally. No, but you don't understand what it does to me. And Jorge wants to put me back in jail, in prison. I was in prison in a little cell, and Jorge wants to put me back in prison, Madre. Would I ever hurt Jorge or his family? Would I ever hurt Jorge or Jorgito or Jenny? No te puedo decir. Would I ever hurt him? Jorge says that he fears me and I should be in a prison. In prison. He thinks I'm not yelling. No, I'm not yelling. Madre, Jorge thinks I should be in prison. Do you know what it's like to be in a little cell here? Do you know this is in prison and you have no rights and they treat you like shit. I'm sleeping here in my dogs and I provide for everything. I'm in prison in a little cell. You know that they don't have no lights. I don't have a phone. I don't have anything. And for 24 hours a day, I'm locked in this. I'm locked in this room. Perdona. 13 days. I'm locked in the size of this room. 13 days in all my arrest. And Jorge wants to put me back in prison. And not even this big. Not even the room this big. It's cut off here. In a little toilet, in a little metal pit, and I'm there with dark and cage, ma. 13 days, and we have money. All my arrests that are unjust, and I went to fucking downtown LA in a little cell, man. Mira, it's cut off here. Mira, it's cut off here. This cut off here. So this is the size of the cell. Madre, do you understand what this does to me? Do you understand what it does to me mentally and spiritually? And spiritually. You get mad that I'm sleeping on the ground, but this is what I had. This is what I had, Madre. All alone, ma. My 13 days. And Jorge wants to put me back in there for, you know how long? For 3 years. That's what I'm facing. That's what I'm facing. I could be in prison for 3 years. Porque Jorge thinks I'm a threat to him and his family and the criminal threats. This is what I'm facing. And that's what he wants to do to me. Okay. ¿Tú entiendes eso, Madre?
Sí, entiendo.
This is why I'm going crazy.
Por eso. Entonces yo go crazy.
For 13 days, Madre, I was in this space. In this space, ma. ¿Entiendes the space? And the ceiling, porque the ceiling, you know what the ceiling was? 8 feet. 8 feet ceiling. Do you understand the space? Do you understand it, ma? And you walk away and turn off the lights. And I pay for everything, Madre. Por favor.
No, you don't pay
Por favor,
for
respect
everything.
me. Respect me, Madre.
Deja de hablar con
Okay, do you understand? Do you understand the little? I want the lights on, man. Is it present? Please, is it present to have them off? Por favor. I pay for it, ma. I pay for it. It's the present to have them off. Do you understand the space? Do you understand what this does to me mentally? No
Lo que tú me estás haciendo,
no entiendes.
me estás ahorcando.
Mira cómo estoy. Mira, ma. Mira. Why, ma?
Imbécil que te tengo a ti.
¿Cómo?
¿Y para qué me sacas
No,
un video?
Madre.
¿Para qué me sacas
Because
un
this is
video?
what the reality is.
Estás loco.
This is what the reality is.
Empiezas normal, acabas loco.
This is what the reality
Ya
is.
no te tolero.
Mira, ma. Do you understand what I went through?
Ya me lo dijiste. ¿Qué más quieres?
Do you understand what it did to me mentally and
¿Qué
spiritually and in my heart? It broke my heart, Madre.
Pobre. Y ahorita
Yes.
break my heart.
Yes.
Porque it broke your
Because
heart,
it's the
now
truth.
break your
And it's the
mother's
truth.
heart.
And it's the truth.
Uh-huh.
How can you do? This is why I say that you failed me. This is why I say that you failed me miserably. And Jorge failed me miserably. And my father failed me miserably because you don't care about what it did to me in my heart, in my brain.
And what you do to people,
13 days,
you were not
I never did anything to anybody. I never did anything to anybody except provide for you and my father. And this is what breaks my heart, Madre. This is what breaks my heart.
You lose control.
I don't lose control. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a criminal record.
Entonces you're a saint.
I don't have a criminal record. I don't
Entonces,
have.
¿para qué te
This is
preocupas?
why my family isn't with me. This is why. And you're sitting on $1.4 million of equity that I was the one who created and brought it. This paint, everything in this house I bought, madre.
Yeah, no,
I
you
painted
didn't
and
buy,
I
you
bought.
painted.
I painted. I paid for the floors. I paid for the food. I paid for the
And
cars.
You live freely.
I paid for
haven't
the.
paid
You
the
only paid for the
rent.
mortgage and the DWP. I paid for everything else.
Ya me hartas.
I would buy you
Tú me
presents.
hartas
I
con-
would buy you presents.
Yo nunca te he dado
No,
nada.
nunca me daste. You were cheap. You never gave me anything, ma. This is why I have to record. This is why I have to record.
Yeah,
And we would
eso
when we would go out to eat with the family, I would pay and give you cash, and you never gave me credit for it.
Ajá.
You never gave me credit for it, ma.
Eres una víctima.
When we
de
would go
todo.
out to restaurants and Diego Conchito, anybody would come and visit, and I would be there, I would pay, and you never gave me credit
Ajá.
for it.
Yo te puedo enseñar.
Who
lo que
paid?
pagué.
Who paid, ma? Who paid when we would go to restaurants? And I would pay.
No se puede hablar contigo. Tú tienes una idea y eso es.
No, es lo que pasó. Jorge Paulo saw it. Every time we go out to restaurants, I was there, I would pay. I would pay for everything that happened here. I would buy you stuff. I would pay for everything. This is why I hated my
Yo
brothers.
te voy a enseñar lo que
This is why I
pagué.
hated my brothers, ma, because I thought they
Qué
weren't
bueno,
contributing.
ódialos, odia a
I
mí,
don't hate
odia
them
a tus
anymore. I don't
brothers,
hate them
odia a
anymore
todo
because
mundo.
I shouldn't have been paying for it all. My father was unemployed for the last 10 to 12 years of his life. You didn't work.
Estás loco.
You didn't work. ¿Cómo estoy loco? He would just be
Tengo
in the garage.
contratos, te
He would
puedo
just be in the
enseñar
garage,
todo
man.
lo
He
que-
was unemployed.
You jump
He
into
was-
conclusions you have
he was
no
unemployed.
idea. He was not unemployed.
He was unemployed. He couldn't find work, man.
Qué mentiroso.
He couldn't find work.
Te voy a
Entonces he
enseñar
wasn't
los
here.
papeles.
He wasn't here for the last 10 years.
Working in
He
his
was
office.
unemployed. And you weren't making any money either. You weren't working for the last
Vas a ver nuestro-
how many years? For the last 20 years, you haven't been working.
Ay, pobre.
How long has it been since you've made
No, te
money?
voy a enseñar
How long
mis
has it been?
cheques.
How long has it
Te
been,
voy
man?
a enseñar
How long
mis
has it
cheques.
been?
Voy a
20 years.
sacarte Estás borracho.
¿Cómo borracho?
Estás demente.
¿Cómo demente? ¿Cómo demente? You're 72 years old. For the
Qué
last
pinche
15
cabrón
years,
eres un pinche
for the last
cabrón.
15 years, you've been retired, right?
No, I have not been retired
Oh,
15 years.
how long have you been retired?
Enseñé en USC hace 6 años.
¿Hace 6
todavía.
años? No, hace 6 años you
Es
weren't.
que murió tu papá.
Hace
yo
6,
seguí
no, you weren't.
enseñando.
Hace 6 años you weren't, madre.
Bueno, te voy a enseñar mis pasos.
Hace 6 años? And then when you sold the condo, you didn't give me any of the money. When you got $450,000, when I paid
era
rent
tuyo.
and I paid for all the
Viste
appliances,
ahí gratis.
I paid for all the no gratis. I paid rent $2,000 a month. I paid you rent,
Luis,
ma.
no quiero hablar.
I paid you rent. I would
Está
pay for the
lleno de mentiras,
appliances.
has
I would
hecho
pay for the gardeners.
fantasías,
I would
has
pay
hecho
for everything.
fantasías. Has
¿Cómo
hecho
fantasías?
en tu
¿Cómo
cabeza.
fantasías?
Sí, el gardener sí lo
I paid for
pagaste.
everything in the condo, all the repairs, all the appliances, all the upkeep. Did I pay you rent? I didn't live there for free. I paid rent. I paid rent, madre. $2,000 a month.
Qué mentira.
¿Qué mentiras? You never gave me anything for free. I paid
Vas a ver,
$2,000.
yo tengo documentos de probar, no hablar de tu
Okay,
mente
de mi
sucia.
mente sucia.
Pero
I
yo te
gave
lo voy
you
a enseñar.
$2,000 a month for that place.
Luis, me vas a matar.
For that
Déjame
place, I gave you
en paz,
$2,000 and then
déjame
provided
en
for
paz.
this house.
No.
Sí, madre.
¿De
I bought the
dónde eras
groceries.
tan rico?
Yeah, ¿de
qué
dónde?
ganabas
¿De
tanto
dónde?
dinero?
Working. I would give you cash. This is why I hated my brothers and I hated my life, even though I love myself. Pero tú, you didn't even give me credit for maintaining this household and paying you for the condo. And when the condo was sold, you didn't give me any money.
It was not your condo. It was my condo.
I paid for the condo, mother. And then when it was rented out, who would put the ads? Who would put the ads to get it rented out?
Ay, por eso tenía que pagarte a ti.
Who would put the ads to get it rented out, and who would rent it out? I was the one.
Luis.
I was the one who rented it out, right?
No quiero irte.
Was I the one who put ads and rented?
quiero
Was I the
irte.
one who managed the
quiero
condo?
irte.
Was I the one who
No
managed the
quiero
condo
irte.
and everything?
No
You didn't do
quiero irte.
anything.
No quiero
You didn't do
irte.
anything,
Tú
madre.
eras el rey del mundo.
No el
nos
rey,
mantuviste.
no el rey del mundo.
¿Crees que nos mantuviste?
Sí.
No nos mantuviste
All
nada.
you pay for is mortgage and the DWP and the gas. I pay for everything else, ma. I pay for everything else.
Ok, cuando encuentre todos los papeles de lo que tu papá
Yes.
y yo depositábamos,
My dad
tú
was
eras
unemployed.
cero.
Unemployed.
Jorge
I gave you
cero.
cash. My dad was unemployed for the last 10 to 12 years of his life.
Nada,
Unemployed.
Nada.
Unemployed.
Te voy a enseñar
Enséñame,
sus cheques, señor.
enséñame.
Pero
He was
ahorita no voy a
unemployed.
hacerlo.
And you,
Déjame en
madre,
paz,
for the last
déjame
10,
en
for the
paz.
last
No te
12,
tolero,
10 to
no
12 years,
tolero
you've been
irte,
unemployed,
no
ma.
tolero irte.
Ma, you've been unemployed.
I have not been unemployed, pendejo.
No me hables de pendejo.
Porque me están levantando
I would give you
falsos.
cash. Okay, you've been unemployed for the last, what, 10 years?
No.
No?
7, 6.
It's going 6. My dad died 8 years ago.
Ajá. Y yo seguí enseñando en USC.
After he died, enseñaste en USC? ¿En cuánto te
3 años.
2, 3 años, ma? And how much
Muy poco.
how much were you getting paid?
Muy poco, pero tenía yo mi compañía.
Yeah, but how much were you getting paid? What you
Mis
those?
contratos, un chorro.
After my dad died, how much were you making like a month?
Voy a buscar papeles para